Hey everybody. Listen, I'm saying, hey y'all, we had to have a chat before the chat. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm surprised about. I'm surprised that there are no comments. You know, usually
Right.
some people are there commenting before we even
Setting
start.
up. Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm
we
gonna
don't have any comments.
stream it out. Let me see.
But anyway, while they're sharing, good evening, good evening. If you're watching the replay, thank you for clicking on our video on today. Welcome to the Garden Girls Chat and Chew. Today is June 8th of 2025, year of our Lord, and we are happy to be here. We're just discussing some things, y'all. We've been on this journey with this garden chat for almost a year, very close to a year, and we're so thankful. One for consistency,
Yes.
number two for the friendship and being able to bond over this thing we call gardening. And so, my name is Rashida Monique. I garden in the Michigan area, Zone 6A, and I garden in ground. I garden in containers and raised beds. I also shut up, Rashida. What's this fourth thing? So I'm here gardening, and as I'm a gardener in Michigan. Am I growing something new this year? Whatever recedes from last fall is what I'll be growing this year. So this is going to be another experimental garden. Hello, T. Air. How you doing, brother? Rose
It's
Dixon and
here.
apples and artichokes. Welcome. I'm gonna let Cynthia introduce herself and then Lisa.
All right. Hey, y'all. I am Cynthia from CC's Texas Garden. I'm in zone 8B, 9A, and I grow in raised beds, containers, in ground, also hydroponics. Um, right now, we are in the high 90s. Today was a feel like of 103. Very hot today, humid. Hair shrinkage is real.
Mhm.
And uh, what I'm doing in my garden right now is trying to keep my vegetable alive because now we are going into heat season. And so that is what I am doing, protecting my vegetables. So come over and learn about some shade cloths.
All right. Hey, Jennifer. All right, Lisa, your turn, girlie. Your turn.
Well, I'm Lisa, and my channel is Gardening with Lisa, and I am in North Alabama, Grow Zone 8A, and I grow in raised beds, pots, containers, um, whatever, in ground, and just about the same here in Alabama as Texas, Cynthia. We are fighting heat and humidity, and I've been working on my irrigation, trying to get it going so that we don't have to stand out there and, you know, water by hand with the hose and everything because it's here and I'm behind getting all that done. But, I'm getting close. And the leaf footed bug is here. And
Mm.
the white moth has been flying everywhere. But I am able to harvest and I'm having fun.
All right, now we got Rose Dixon here. She grows in green stalks, raised beds, buckets, boxes, pools, etc. In other words, whatever she can get her hand on, she gonna grow
Right.
something in it. We have official Jamia here. Hey, Jamia. Thank y'all for being here. I'm thinking I was thinking as they were talking. You may not be finished, Lisa, but at least you started. I remember. Was it last year? When did you start putting your water? Your
Last year, it probably
last
was a
year.
year
So
ago.
yeah, you kept talking about you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, girl. You halfway done. You just gotta keep extending it.
And the
Yes.
afros and artichokes,
Mm-hmm.
she got hers going.
Okay.
She got her irrigation going. She said I
Awesome.
inspired her, but she got it going on. She said it's
Got
hot.
it going on. And that's the thing. When you talk about extreme heat, And it's not just about saving your plants, it's also about keeping your body. Because if you're, I do it, and I'm in Michigan, and my heat is not as extreme as yours, but you know, whatever your climate is, you'll be out there working and not even realize how hot you get, how dehydrated you are, and
Right.
you're just steady working, and you'll work yourself into some trouble if you're not mindful to
Right.
get hydrated, get in some shade, take a break, put on your hat when you're all well. My medication say, no sun exposure. Wear a hat, and I'll never want no hat on. I'm just telling the truth. And then you sitting here dizzy and stuff, and you try to figure out what's going on because you ain't treating your body right. But we want to treat our gardens right, but we want to treat our bodies right. And I believe as you get that watering together, it gives you more time to fight the good fight against the leaf-footed bug and all that other stuff.
And don't forget the squash vine board, because she is out.
Oh Lord.
She is
Yes.
taking out squash every day to somebody. Somebody's squash getting taken.
Afros and Art Show said, all because Miss Lisa, she encouraged me and I realized I could do it. Now my hands still hurt, but my water still is dripping.
It
Listen,
takes about a year for your hands to quit hurting when you put all that up.
but also, I saw somebody with some cutting tools and some whatever, and I was like, that looked cool. But you know, as you do it, as you see other people do, you're like, you know what, I think I can do that.
Yeah.
They grew that. I think I can grow that. They did their water, and now I'm all over the place, and I think I can do that. She said I almost got messed up like that. Now I got my hat on. I got all kind of hats. It's just me remembering to put it on if I leave out this house. Blessings, Mary, grow with me. Welcome, Matthew Whittington. The garden with friends. Ain't nothing like gardening with friends. Juliet. Hey. So we're here. I know you guys noticed that Shelly and Jacqueline are not here on today. They are traveling, so if they're able to hop on, they will. If not, we just gonna go on in the good fight of faith and talk about the garden. I feel like we got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. Because I came up with a list. I tried to come up with a list because, you know, in my mind, I'd be like, you gonna remember. And she don't. And she don't. But I'm gonna start with Miss Lisa today. Miss Lisa. So what had happened was I didn't know what we was gonna do. And me and Cynthia been talking about, I don't want this chat to become like homework. Because let me tell you what I ain't about to do. Homework or a second job. Even though in my mind, I'm thinking about going back to school. But that's for the Lord. That ain't for nothing else. So anyway, so I was like, let me go back to last year and see what we did last year. What we talk about last June. And so I'm just going to pick up a few things we covered last June.
Okay.
And so what was, now last June, we were chatting like once a month. If that. But let's do a garden update. What happened between the last chat and today? I'm going to start with Miss Lisa since I started with Cynthia before.
Okay. I started my list at work Friday. And all I did was write it down. So I'm just gonna have to go off my brain. So since the last chat, I have my sister and I decided to start growing peanuts. So we have peanuts growing, and the seeds that we got were from that Mommy and Me garden or something, and they're in Texas.
Oh, face tore up. Soon as she said that name, she said,
well, those are the ones that I had ordered those Carolina Cross watermelon seeds from, and they didn't send them until May. I ordered them like the Saturday before Mother's Day is when I got those seeds, and I ordered them April 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And I had ordered Carolina Cross, watermelon seeds, peanuts, a tomato seed, indigo apple tomato seeds, and had to get with Etsy to go ahead and give me my money back. And when they gave me my money back, then the lady decided to send the seeds. But anyway, her peanut seeds, they all look just alike, and there was supposed to be two varieties. But I planted them, and some have germinated. So we'll see in around fall time if I get a harvest of that. And I had been planning to start asparagus, but I didn't do it yet. But I'm just real excited about the peanuts because my daddy used to grow peanuts, and I just have memories of eating peanuts. My mom would roast them, and we would sit around and eat peanuts, and they would be so good. Roasted hot peanuts is just the best.
Now you were talking about the peanuts, and you showed them in the group chat. Now I have peanuts here, but these are in the shell. So I was wondering. I'm like,
That's the way they are supposed to. That's when you are buying them. That's the way they're supposed to come, still in the shell.
and then I'm supposed
And
to take them
me,
out and then plant them.
right.
Well,
And that
see,
lady sent them just a bag of peanuts. Like
I got some, but they're Virginia peanuts.
Yeah, that's what
that's
these
I
are.
got that and a
Mhm.
Tennessee red
Yes.
and
And
all and
mine grew,
other
but I
people
just
that I saw the Tennessee red, the little paper that's on the peanuts were
Mhm.
red. This
Yes.
lady, all the peanuts, the
Look
Tennessee
the
red
same.
and the Virginia jumbo were the same looking.
Oh.
Hmm.
So I don't know what I'm gonna get, but
Hmm.
some have germinated, and we shall see in October.
So I
Or
didn't know how to grow the peanuts. I knew to put them in the pot or container, but I didn't know that because I watched them doing peanuts or farm that did peanuts. I didn't realize that when the flowers bloom, that is what needs to be like. You like crush them down, and the
yeah,
flower blooms is the roots that will create the peanuts. I did not
yeah.
know that you got to like
So
smush them down
you
to
can't pack them. You can't
yeah,
pack like how we'll pack brassicas,
right.
and they hold each other up. The peanuts you can't pack them because once they start to grow up, they need to fall
Yes.
so that the flower can be on the soil,
Yes.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
when it'll form the peanut
Mm-hmm.
shell.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, you may have something else, but before you go ahead, I'm gonna just address some. So we got a first time
I'm
gardener
done.
here.
Yay.
First time gardener struggles are real. Listen,
Mhm.
don't let the struggles discourage you. It's part of the territory. And let me tell you, you have different people that we have been struggling. I've been gardening for ooh, maybe 8 years. Cynthia has
Yeah.
been
Almost
gardening for
nine. Yeah. Almost
and,
nine. So I'm at
yeah,
8. Mm-hmm.
and then Lisa's
I
5.
only started in 2020.
But we all got struggles, honey. It's
Yeah,
it's always a different struggle. So don't even feel like you doing something wrong or you can't do this. It's not you. It's just the way of the world.
Yeah.
it's
You
so
can
much
do.
good that'll happen that'll keep you going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun. I mean, the
Rose
bad,
Dixon.
don't worry about that. Just learn.
Rose Dixon said her next move is the irrigation system. Where can I find materials?
Drip Depot. That's why I buy
Drip
all mine.
Depot.
Hmm.
Okay.
DripDepot.com.
Cynthia Mark. He's going to 6B. Strawberries are doing amazing. I'm so sad about strawberries. I don't even want to talk about it. But I'm glad yours are doing amazing.
Yeah.
Did the
I
birds
don't
get
want to
you?
talk about mine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, that's replying to Rose Dixon. I thought it was something else I wanted to cover. Okay, Afros and Artichokes said that I planted mine whole in the shell.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
And Jamia said she saw your video and was cracking up. Every time she mentioned them, her whole face get a whole different look. Ah! Ooh, that is so funny.
Mm.
So thanks for the info. Yeah, because I didn't know how peanuts grew, honestly. I like peanuts and I like peanut butter, but and knowing how it grows like everybody else, we be eating stuff and we don't know how it come about.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
you
what we
said that.
want to try and make our own peanut butter too, because we like peanut butter.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Lisa said she was done. You said you was done, Lisa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, because we got time. Okay. Cynthia, what's your update from last week? Last chat. It's been 2 weeks.
Okay.
Hey GT, welcome.
Hey GT. Hey God's Desire.
Got some time.
Welcome
Hey
in.
girl.
So my update would be a lot of harvesting I've been doing because the sun is sunning,
Hey Donzel.
and so hey Donzel. So I have been harvesting pretty much every time I go out there. Them cucumbers are doing amazing, like so amazing that I'm like now trying to figure out how to give them away. I have enough to do pints of pickles. I was just like these, and I realized, and I don't know, I put it in a video or whatever, but like with the cucumbers, I learned that having them just a trail across my raised bed instead of trellising them up, they seem to produce a lot more. And I think because it's shading, the cucumber, so it's not the sun directly just hitting it from all sides, and it's able to shade it. And the cucumbers seem to be growing a lot better because like big farmers, they don't have no trellises, any of that things for none of their plants in the fields. Nothing is trellised. And so, but we do that being, I can understand small space gardening, but a lot of times we do it because we've always seen it done that way and not really knowing why people have to do it. Some people have small space, but if you have enough space to let them trellis or let them run, they seem to do a lot better. So that's what I learned in the last couple of weeks about that. But yeah, harvesting cucumbers, tomatoes, fighting that leaf-footed bug that just it makes sure I didn't know exactly what the leaf-footed bug did, but I know they was like on the tomatoes and they stuck their little beak, little they're like mosquito beaks, into it. But what it does is gives your tomato like blemishes and splotchy looking tomatoes. And then of course the little pinholes that you see in them. But yeah, it affects your tomatoes. They look ugly. Not that they taste bad. They don't change the taste of it, but you want some nice looking tomatoes. You don't want them looking like they got some kind of disease and
Deformed.
the bugs are horrible. They're horrible. So yeah, that's pretty much my update. I've just been doing harvesting every time I go out and cutting off all the dead leaves off the tomatoes and keeping it trimmed up. That's what I've been doing.
Okay. Well, that's a good update. Yeah, I decided to send the pictures to my camera. Okay. Y'all know I got a roommate. And y'all know how I laugh loud? She laugh loud too. That's what we do. So that's what we do. So, anyways, while this is sending this, my update. Well, I'm airdropping some pictures. This is a no. We say it's a no judgment, John. Y'all can judge me. Just keep it to yourself. I just got a few pictures. I don't even know if they're in order. My god sister came over the weekend. When did we have the chat? We had the last chat the Sunday before Memorial Day. So she came over Memorial Day.
25th.
Yeah, and so whatever that Monday was, and I was supposed to go out there with her, and I didn't because I didn't feel good. And she went out there. But let's hit some of these comments. Okay, Rose Dixon said her green beans are going nuts. Mark Brown says I'm growing cucumbers for the first time this year. I hope to make pickles this year. Any advice on the right time to harvest? When they're the size you want, don't let them get too big because they'll start producing. So whatever size jar you got, yeah, just have to pay it by ear, pretty much.
Yeah. Most of them they don't taste too good when they get too big.
They too
Right.
big and seeds be too
Kind of
big
tough.
and
The
skin
seeds are
get tough.
big.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but you'll understand when you go out there and look at your plant. Hello Ellie, hello Stay. People are coming on in.
Hey, Haley.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. So I'm gonna try to share. Y'all know I struggle with the sharing. Okay, I struggle with it.
Present.
Well, the thing is, I need to close some of this stuff on my screen because
Uh-oh.
some of this stuff ain't y'all business.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
y'all, but it ain't. Um,
Mm-mm. Close it up.
so I'm
Thank
like,
you, GT. Ah! Well, she didn't close herself out.
She left.
Hey, y'all. Welcome me in. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Our host will be back shortly. Hey, girl, dad. Welcome in.
So you're Elwanda. I haven't seen her. Hey Elwanda.
Yeah, Wanda.
Your
Hey,
leaf-footed
Ted.
bugs are all over the place. 'Cause they start in one place because they are my sugar snap peas. And
Okay.
I only still have sugar snap peas because I'm trying to save them for seeds. But
Mm.
those bugs are all over them. I might have to
Mhm.
go and pull them out because if you see them in one place, then they spread all over your
Yes, they
garden.
do. They do.
Everything.
You know,
Girl, bless your heart.
I guess we ain't your business either since you closed this.
yeah, I click this button and it's showing my files, and I click close, and it closed this, and I'm like, why is it closing that? Y'all know what? I don't even know what to do.
Hey, G Mama.
But go ahead and finish what you're saying, Lisa. I'm gonna mute myself while I figure out what to get these pictures up here. Keep on talking.
GT said, bless your entire heart.
Mm. Yeah, I started growing the sunflowers not just because they're beautiful, but because I knew that leaf-footed bugs love sunflowers, and I wanted them to be over there sucking on them sunflowers, not
And
on the
leave
rest
your
of my
house
garden.
alone.
And now they're like the sunflowers at their house, and then they go suck on my garden vegetables, and then they come back to their little sunflower house. Like, oh, I just done gave them a home. Yeah,
Well,
I done gave them
they were gonna come anyway. It didn't matter.
it was, but I think they came in droves. Like, come on, she got these big old sunflowers.
So have you been having any more problems with Mr. No Shoulders?
Well, I seen another one the other day. It wasn't. It was just a garter snake in there. I just seen the last of his tail. It was around. I was like, you know what? I see that you are a garter snake. You good. Wherever you headed to, just be gone. Time I get over to around that area. So, hey, Miss Gail. Um, but yeah, they
Yeah.
in there. They in there. I just don't want the big ones. But we're finna have rain for 6 days.
Mm.
That means flooding. I already know. 6 days of flooding.
You might have to do some kind of water drainage system or something in your yard.
Cost some money.
Was it J3? He was saying something about what you probably need to just do.
I need a French drain. You know, I seen how to do it. I just can't physically do it myself. But I do need a trench from the backyard uh to the front. And yeah, that's what I need done.
Yeah. Are those are your grapes?
Yes, yeah, I got
I was like,
grapes.
what are we looking at?
I got grapes. I got grapes. This is the first grapevine I bought from the farm, from Walker's
Congratulations.
farm, and I put it in the ground. And she took a picture, so I took a screenshot of a video, y'all. So that's why it looks like this. But
Yay.
I got little
Good.
bitty grapes.
That's wonderful.
I
Yeah.
was like, oh, and I didn't have to do nothing to it.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't do nothing to it. And they are coming in. And I'm excited
That's
about it.
wonderful. I'm not gonna get
Um,
done this year because my grapevine acted like it was gonna die. Then come to find out it was underwatered. So then all the leaves fell off. I was like, what is going?
Oh,
So I like soaked it and let it sit there with the water hose just in the pot, and then the leaves all came back. But it's gonna be too late to put grapes. So
yeah. It's sort of kind of let me see, what is this one? So this is funny because this bed originally had tomatoes. Y'all can't see my mouse, but it had tomatoes and peppers. That onion must be a walking onion because I call myself putting all them up, and I think the other plant is probably, I don't know what that is. I hope it's that basil coming back.
it probably is.
nice.
Basil
You
was
had
there.
some in there, it probably reseeded itself.
Probably.
Mhm.
So that's that bed. Well, I didn't
Did
know when
you
she
have
came home.
tomatoes in there last year?
I had the Sun Gold tomatoes in there and
Mm.
the Heinz 312 tomato. So both of those are hybrids
Oh, okay.
Mm.
that were in there. And then
Mhm.
I had some peppers, but I put those pepper plants up before I got sick. Um so yeah, so she went to clean up my beds, but my dad had already, I didn't know that he had already started cleaning up my
Mm.
garden beds. And so this particular bed here, um y'all can see me pointing. So the yellow flowers is that Morris collard. What is it?
Morris head.
Morris
Collard.
head. Y'all know what I want to say, Morris chestnut.
Hey,
Wouldn't that be
you
nice?
get some of them seeds, let me have some of them. No.
Girl. So I told her, I said, leave that because I want that to go to seed,
Okay.
reseed.
Mhm.
And a lot of these are herbs that I took out. So there's rosemary in here, there's mint in here. And I don't know if this is a, on the far right or not. And then I have a lot of lights that I purchased for the beds. I had them sitting there till I finished the other bed, and it never got finished. But I'm just excited that even though I wasn't able to get out there, I still have something growing.
Yeah, you do. I
I
think that's
still
nice.
have something growing. She has a video, but that video is 10 whole minutes, y'all, that she took on her phone. And then one part of the video, she doing something. I don't know what she's doing, but she zoomed in and then it's going like this. I was like, I don't even know what I could do with that. But that's just a few. I got some
We
more.
have some questions in the chat too.
Okay, so let's go ahead to the chat. So I'm just excited about what's growing out there. I have some kale going to seed out there. I have a lot of chocolate mint I need to harvest. So that's it. I'm excited about that. So let's go. Cucumbers, we answered that. Listening, working on garden stuff. Okay. All right, here we go. Thank you, GT Junior, for hitting that like button.
Mhm.
Everybody else follow GT's whatever channel you're watching on. Go ahead and hit that like button. Thank you. Hey, Elwanda. Elwanda.
Mhm.
Hey, educated natural. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, Ellie. Um,
Mm.
wait a minute. Who the new host? Who knew
Yeah, when
hoes?
you go, oh, when you kick yourself out.
When I kicked myself, when I hit that button, it went quiet. I said, "Girl, what did you do?" And bust out laughing. I'm like,
Mhm. LES for the mosquitoes. I couldn't tell you. Just put on some mosquito spray. That's all.
yeah,
Or some kind of
mosquito spray and thick clothing. I mean, outside of that,
clothing
Because
or
they will bite you through your clothes.
yeah, that's why it has to be like thick.
Yeah.
You got to.
but
Then you won't fall out because you're too hot. Girl, you all right?
Girl, listen. So I
Uh-oh.
got a desk that has a glass panel, and
Uh-oh.
obviously, hey sister, you want to help me? I need you to go on the other side. I must have pushed
Uh-oh.
this glass panel back, and now it's trying to fall out, computer and all. Now, this is
Great
real
telling
live
you how to
TV.
glass anything.
Where it was cheap. It was cheap when I was looking for a desk.
Okay.
What you need me to do?
Is that that glass panel? This right here is that glass.
What about?
I need you to pick it up. There we go. Thank you. Girl, I didn't know I had pushed it like that. There you go. Because you don't want it to fall the other way either.
Okay, you stable?
I think I'm stable.
Did you go to stand up and bump?
No, I ain't going. Girl, I'm over here laughing at myself. That's all. I just be doing stuff. She always come to save me.
Miss Gail says she used mosquito spray, which works well for her.
What did she say about mosquito spray?
She uses a Repel mosquito spray, which works well for her.
God's desire.
I guess you could just use just about anything. Some people make their own, like
yeah. If you want to mix your
mint and stuff, yeah.
Hey Rick, how are you?
Let me see. I'm still wobbly. Hold on. I feel like this probably had something in it. I must have knocked it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's different kind of things you can have in your garden to deter. I know lemongrass supposed to. What is those citronella
plants?
Yeah, things like that.
But citronella is hybrid, right?
I don't know.
So if you get it, it doesn't come back.
I have no idea.
I think
I've never got it.
You had one last year. You didn't come back this year, I don't think.
Oh, okay, I've never.
Somebody said, "Are y'all dealing with this glassy winged sharpshooter?" What is that? Oh, is that the mosquito he talked Afro and Acho talking about?
I don't know.
What's the glassy winged sharpshooter? Afros and Achos.
My sister has been using. Hold on, let me go get it. I think
Okay.
it's mosquito bites or something like that. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I miss a lot of people. Hey y'all. Thank y'all for coming in on my crazy live on today. Ruth Kelly, welcome. You didn't get notification. Interesting. Don't those lights in your beds attract bugs? I don't even know. I don't be out there at night.
Right. When the lights come on,
they don't come on
in.
till late. I'll be in the house, girl.
Yeah. When them lights come on, I say, well, it's time to go in. Time to go in.
Exactly. That means all the sun is gone.
That means
they don't come on easy. Burn mosquito candles. Hey Shatika. Miss Gail, Ebony.
Hey Ebony.
Cape Cod. Welcome. America's Funniest Videos. That's right, GT. Listen, I'm always doing something hilarious. And make sure you don't have standing water around. And like if you have something like for the ladybugs, I don't know if y'all knew that. If you have ladybugs to eat the aphids, you must have some kind of water to feed the ladybugs because they stay thirsty. But they say to put rocks or make sure it's not a standing water because you're gonna attract the mosquitoes.
These things, mosquito
Mosquito
bites.
bits.
To the dunks to go in the water. Is that
Yeah,
what
Let me
can you see it?
you
zoom
got to
in
put it
on
in
you.
front of you? Probably. Okay, there you go. Yeah, because you have it blurred. That's why. Yeah, but you can see the mosquito bite bits.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes like, we try to catch water because we've been getting so much rain, so we just try to catch water in different pots and stuff. And she goes and she just dumped those in all the pots and stuff to keep from the mosquitoes, you know, multiplying so bad.
Okay. So God's desire says she overwent to citronella, but did you take it in the house or did you leave it outside? Where are you guys? Desire? I'm trying to figure how cold it gets.
Right.
Oh, piss. I'm sorry, y'all. This thing is still getting on my nerves. I
Where
thought.
y'all at?
Anyway, I put you on there to get your mosquito bits on the camera. Um, let me see. Standing water in my area. Okay, Healy says my area is dry and warm most of the garden this year, but I can grow year round. So I'll wear long sleeves and pants and tuck my pants into my sides to protect my ankles and citronella sticks. Cause you got to just be on
She
it. Cause these
she in
mosquitoes
10B.
and see, and that's crazy. That's crazy. Mm-mm.
God's
So
desire
the glass
North Carolina.
ceiling. You talking about the glass ceilings, the insect that lands on my plants, and when you try to hit it, it just slides. It just slides to the side. Oh, I don't know what that is, honey. You gonna have to try to
This
catch
is
a
the
picture.
last one playing.
You have to catch a picture. I never heard of that.
Hey, Netta. Hey, J.K. Gardner.
Okay, you can root you some citronella. Okay, I'll have to do that next time I get me a plant. So I just can't leave mine outside because y'all know where I live. We stay cold in the winter. Um, plantain. What's this? It's great for mosquito bites. Rinse off and chew off a few leaves and then spread it on the bite. Pinch. Pain, itch, swelling, and redness will disappear in 30 minutes or less. Also, plantain. So the peel from the plantain is good for mosquito bites.
I gotta chew it though.
Probably to release the oil. You probably need to bruise it. I don't know if you got to chew it, but hey. Let me see. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we got blessed. I don't know. Growing on the in my bedroom and my balcony. And
Started
God,
watching us last year. That's cool.
that's good. That's good. God's desire
Thank you.
says she keeps a citronella in her greenhouse in North Carolina. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you, because I couldn't remember. Hey, J.K. Gardner, mosquito bits are on sale on Amazon. Salutations. Hey, Netta. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, plantain plant. Okay. I think I'm caught up now. So, we talked about garden update. So, my update is I'm letting stuff just grow. But I will have another update to let y'all know if those tomatoes germinated. We're just getting into like the mid 70s, upper 70s consistently. So if I have some of those, I did have red tomatoes in a couple of different beds. If those germinate, I'll let y'all know. Especially those cherry tomatoes, y'all know they come back with a vengeance. They be like, "Yep, I'm here." New challenges. What new challenges you came up this month? Well, just started. But what new challenges do you have? New garden challenges.
Well, this year it seemed like we're getting more rain than we got in the
Mm-hmm.
years before. Like in I don't remember this much rain like in the springtime before.
All I know is you was out there on the garden fabric and all that mud and water. You was like, I'm
I
just
was
sinking. And I
thinking
looked and I'm like, oh. And
it was like I was in mud, but I was on the fabric. But
mhm.
under there, whew, my sister put a box down to kind of so that it would just smooth out
Mm-hmm.
and not have my big footprints all in it. But I know that's probably been a challenge for you, Cynthia.
Yes, the rain. It's just, I mean, the plants are loving it. And I am glad that I have raised beds. That was such a good investment with that. But the mosquitoes are having a whole party with all this rain when it happens. And it just, you know,
And you
yeah.
have a lot of pooling when you get rain.
I get
And
pooling, and my wooden mulch likes to swim around in the garden, just move around everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
So how long, Cynthia, does it take for your yard to sort of kind of dry out for you to walk on it when you have a heavy rain like that and it's just everywhere?
I say about a week or so, especially if it's like days and days of rain. Like we finna get like pretty much a week of rain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the backyard is gonna be just, you know,
Crazy.
you know, and but I mean, I won't have to water my garden. But the
And now you
thing
won't.
this, now I say that, but this is, I don't know, Lisa, if you have the same issue. It seemed like it only wets like the top layer of like raised beds, and not so. I don't know what happens to it, because I'm like, where's all this rain going to? Because it's not soaking into the beds. Because if I dig down a little further, it's dry under there, and I'm like, where's all the rain going then? Because it's not
Decide.
soaking
Might
in.
need to add more perlite maybe to your soil,
Maybe,
make it a little more aerated
yeah,
so that the water can get on down in there.
yeah. It just, it's like it's raining surface,
And
surface.
almost like it's raining, but it's also pulling off, probably pulling off the side
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
going to the bottom.
Mm.
Interesting.
Mine is going all the way in,
Okay.
but it's a lot. Like the yard is full. Just like you said, it's better. It's good that we are gardening in the in-ground beds because I mean the raised beds because the in-ground beds are flooded.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, if the plants roots didn't go down so deep, they probably would float off like the
Yeah.
wood chips.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, okay, so let's go here. Ruth Kelly says, poblano peppers are now looking like yours, CC, and she did that pat and fertilized stirring. I don't know what that is, and you should know what that is.
Yeah.
And foreplant's going to have poblano peppers like Lisa did last year.
Mm. Okay.
I'm starting to
All
get some too.
right, guys, it's been high 80s and raining there.
Okay.
I'm trying to grow melons here in Massachusetts, and I've been losing them to bad weather. Is it really time enough to put melons out?
Mm.
Because
In
I didn't put.
Massachusetts.
I'm in Michigan, so I don't know, but I didn't put my melons out last year till the 14th, about the 14th of June, and I remember that because I was going out of town.
Yeah.
And we still had a couple of cold nights. So if you're going to put them out, you really need to be using frost covers or your plastic or whatever to make sure that they don't get too cold, because melon don't like the cold. They don't like it at all.
The soil needs to be
Okay.
around 70 degrees
Mm-hmm.
and staying around that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think my saving grace with mine was we had so much warm weather before it got cold, and I had mine in a big I don't know what gallon bag, but they were so small that I think that that soil stayed warm for a while before it actually caused the problem, and then it got hot, and then it wasn't a problem. Um, Elliot, problem is it rains so hard so fast that it does not get absorbed in the garden bed.
Mm.
Whereas with the ground is the last place for it to go, so it has to soak in the ground. But your garden bed, it can just roll off.
Right.
So that's a thought. That's a thought. So challenge is the rain, right? Dealing with the rain, and it's amazing how another year this time you be like it's spring, but we ain't got no rain. It's hot. We just gonna skip spring and have summer. You know, it's just so many different things that we go through. Right now, if I was gardening, two things I would say would be an issue would be the fluctuation of temperature. Yes, we got up to almost 80 one day, but by that night it was 40 something degrees.
Ooh.
So, and then we have the Canada wildfires again. So now we have smoke, and that is an issue in of itself. With being out there, well, not right now because anybody know my health condition. I'm not out there anyway. Like not like that, but it will be a problem for some people. I remember year before last when we had them, it felt like my plants were stunted, and I don't know if it was the oxygen thing because we really had some really thick smoke. It's not thick here like you can see it, but the air quality is low. And if your air quality is low, your oxygen quality is low. Come on. And it takes it, everything is affected, even though when people say it's not, it is. Because what God made stuff to work together. And when something is off, it throws other stuff off. So anyway. But we've had some warmer days. But like I said, at night it's cold. It's like you're outside. We went to a birthday dinner or fish fry Friday. We were out there, sun was out, burning my neck, burning my face. I had to move my seat. It was hot between 6 and maybe 7-ish. About 7:10, 7:15, the clouds came, the wind started blowing, and I'm thinking, oh, I should have brought a jacket. Where my blanket at? I mean, it got chilly just like really quick, and I'm like, this is crazy.
Wow.
Hey, Stephanie. So that's some challenges we have, just dealing with this weather. Okay, Elwanda has
She just got
a question. Why is my Cushaw squash giving me only females that are producing fruit when so far I removed 7 to 3-inch fruit that died? Hey, Shelly. Hold on, Elwanda. We're going to come back to you.
Y'all look like y'all been having too much fun over there. I know y'all can't talk about it because of the state y'all in, but okay.
What happens there stays there.
So listen, introduce yourselves, y'all, and catch us up. What y'all doing?
So I am Shelly, host of Shelly's Homestead Hideaway in Zone 7B, Maryland. What I'm doing right now, taking a well-deserved break from
a lot of people.
But we did not want to not show up for our people, and it's Chat and Chew. So they're having a happy hour right now, or mixer. And I don't know what I'm eating right now.
I'll tell you what it is.
Okay,
this is crazy. You want to hear what it is? It's watermelon.
Is this watermelon?
Watermelon. Yeah, it's watermelon, onions, beans, and avocado. It sounds
and
horrible.
It's got some sort of noodle thing on the top.
Yeah, yep. And it's actually really good.
So you already had one?
No, someone else told me what they liked. They tasted it for me.
What kind of bean?
Jackie, because I don't know about onions and watermelon.
I know, but it's
Is it red onions?
No, they're white.
They got radishes in here. That's why I'm like, what are you talking? What watermelon and what
That red
beans?
stuff. It's watermelon. Ain't it?
Don't drop.
Told you.
I don't know if that's watermelon.
She said it was watermelon.
Lisa said, look at Lisa's face.
I
I don't trust
I mean, I'm not picky, but that don't sound like a good mixture.
Onions, beans, watermelons. But sound like somebody just had some extra vegetables, and it's like, let's make this for them.
Yeah, let's put this together. We got this left. Let's add it. Give it to them.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty.
it's really
But I
good.
don't know about how it tastes.
It's very
I think we're back on. All right, I'm Jacqueline Phillips. I am content creator for Four Seasons Gardens because we garden in all four seasons in Virginia, Zone 7A.
Awesome. That's what she's like. Yep, that's what it is. That's what
we keeping it real short and basic because we might not be with y'all long tonight.
That's why be basic. Be basic. Now listen, y'all left y'all gardens. Who y'all leave your gardens in the hands of? The Lord. Hey, this in the hands of the Lord. I don't know what these people are doing.
Go ahead, Jacqueline.
I left mine in my hands of my daughter, and I haven't been on here since I got my last purchase. So
What did you purchase?
we got the 10 chickens.
You got 10 chickens.
Oh, good.
I'm a chicken farmer.
Oh, so adorable. So who's looking after them? You feed them every
Yeah,
day.
my babies. My kids have taken to like duck on water to them babies. They
Oh.
love them chickies. They're in there. I call them the girlies. My son named one of them Turk Duckin, so turkey duck chicken. So his little
Okay.
name Turk Duckin. My daughter's name Pot Pie, and then the other ones are Dino and Nuggets. Chick-fil-A and Lane's. I'm telling you, McChicken. My kids have named them all chicken eating places. So these
So
chickens,
they know that they made to eat.
So they are meat birds, or are they
they're egg birds. So
egg layers? Okay.
so I
But
walked
it's
into
still
CFC to buy a Floratone, and I ended up walking out with 8 chickens. Well,
You was buying what?
Floratone.
What's that?
The garden tone, the Espoma floral tone.
Oh,
so
okay.
for my flowers. Yeah. So I walked in, and a friend of mine been trying to get me to get chickens for like 5 years. Well, my brother has 11. My sister-in-law has 4. So they're like, Jacqueline, you have to get chickens. So I got 8 at first, and then I got home and did a little research, and they only give you blue and green eggs. And I'm like, okay, blue and green eggs are cool for kids and everything. I want brown eggs. So I ended back up at the co-op, and I got 2 Buff Orpingtons that give you light brown eggs. So the 2 yellow ones are Buff Orpingtons, and then the other 8 are Americanas. And I got all dark colored ones because once they get bigger, I do have hawks, but they will be in their run. But they're less likely for hawks to try to eat them exactly because they think it's another hawk. So I did go with all dark ones except for my Buff Orpingtons. Those are like a really blonde color one. So those will be my special love and joy that I got to make sure that nothing gets to them.
Oh, I'm excited about your purchase, girl. Listen, you have to tell us about that.
Yeah. So
What about
as
you?
far as Shelly's Homestead Hideaway, who did I leave in charge? Y'all already know.
Yep.
The
Hired
helper.
I need help.
So let me tell y'all, it has been interesting because I was so busy before I left. There were things that I wanted to get done before I left, and I wasn't able to. So today I sent him a text with some pictures. I was like, sir, I'm gonna need you to pot this plant up, leave it in the pot. I gave him some instructions. I had a whole tray y'all watch the garden tour, the tray with the basil and the cucumbers and stuff in it, they need to be planted. I'm gonna need you to plant these.
Hmm.
I have, and one of them arrived today. I had some plants coming in that I ordered back in March, and they were finally shipping, which was a lemon Myers tree. The one that was received was for my friend. And he texted me today. He said, your plant came, it's in the garage. I'm like, sir, I'm gonna need you to open that box, take your plant out, and get that to our friend. Yeah, but I told him I'm gonna need you to plant these things here, and I'm gonna send you some instructions.
Hmm. Okay.
That is so sweet. That is so sweet. I'm excited. Let's see what else we talk about while we got y'all here. What challenges were you guys having before you left your gardens? Challenges.
Challenges getting my garden up and running. I just can't get my area cleared out. I've got all my starts. I just need to get my garden area cleared out. I've been on the deck moving all the old soil out of my old 5-gallon buckets, because the 5-gallon buckets, they do become brittle after a few years.
Mhm.
So I've taken it out of the good soil that's still in my 5-gallon buckets and moving into those tall containers that you like see they put water in, those white with the grids around it. I forget what they call them. Well, I have like 12 of those. Like I cut them in half and I'm gonna put the dirt in there and try to grow all my corn in those containers.
Y'all know what that means, right? She said she got 12 of them big, massive water containers and she cut them in half. So what that mean?
24.
She got some land, y'all.
So
I need one of those containers to put some water in.
yeah, so that's I cut all of them up, and I need a container for it, because the one part of my yard where I want to put some stuff, it'll take too much hose to get it down there. So I want to put a container so I could just fill it up and then put the hose back, because I don't want to leave the hose down because we cut the grass. So I'm on the hunt. There were some in Centerville. They were selling them for like $10 a piece, but of course I'm here.
Really?
So I'm trying to get home to get one or two of those and leave it down there in the back part of the property where I'm going to be putting those.
Okay.
My raspberries, not a problem. I kind of fixed it. I didn't put them in my city pickers yet because I didn't have those cleared out yet, but I did go ahead and put them in those large containers that I got for free. So I got 6 of those raspberries in there, and they are all.
Where'd you get all these raspberries from?
Emma Gardner. Remember when I posted that? So I got those raspberries from Emma Gardner.
You got actual plants?
Plants.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I got 3 of them that budded. 3 of them are still dormant. So we'll see how that goes.
Did you tell us that you got them? Because I don't remember you saying
She said she did, but you saw my face like, wait, where you get them?
So I got them, up pot them. Now what I'm really struggling with is my apple trees. So that's my big struggle. I see that they're almost trying to like not bud out, but like the tops are still opening. But I don't think I'm keeping them wet enough to get the grafting to take hold of. So so we're gonna keep working on them. I gotta get those trees to take. So that's what I'm struggling through, Miss Rashida, right now.
Okay. My struggle, the biggest struggle that I am probably having right now in the garden is the fact that I planted 3 red curry squash that are taking over. And so I am in the process of pruning and training them to go up the trellis because it's dwarfing over.
Is that a winter squash?
I don't know if it's considered a winter squash or not.
Okay.
Let's see what Google says.
Yeah. I saw it in your
what's it called?
Your garden tour.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the winter squash, those are the ones that run.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it is winter squash. It's usually in a.
So I was supposed to
butternut and what's the white patty pan? All them they like run all over the place like watermelon.
So that's what
Blue Hubbard squash do as well.
Yeah, so I am training it up the arch, the cattle panel arch. and I may just end up cutting some branches off because it's already producing fruit. Like I see babies on there, so it's exciting. But that's probably the biggest struggle that I'm having right now. And I harvested all my garlic, and let me tell y'all a funny story. I caught myself recording. It wasn't, you know what? I don't think it was the garlic. I caught myself recording myself making compound butter with the herbs and garlic scapes that I cut. And I started watching it on my phone, and it's talking all normal, and then all of a sudden,
slow motion.
I said, "Why is it doing this?" And I'm like, maybe something's going on with my phone, and I kept watching it, and I said, "You know what? I must have accidentally clicked on the slow motion record."
I did that sometime.
I did the fast one time, and I missed my whole harvest because I was like, oh,
so
all the thing was in time lapse.
Will it like make me sound normal if I speed it up?
It may.
Well, I think you could, if you put it in an editing system, then you could slow it down. Like
I need to speed it up. Just slow motion.
Oh yeah, then you can speed it up. You can.
I'm gonna try that.
How many times you need it to go fast to make it normal.
Okay, Stephanie just said that. Yeah, and then I said if it don't work, then I'll just do a voiceover for it. It was a short video, but my garlic. Baby, I'm so excited because after last year of my garlic being a total fail, to growing 6 varieties, of which I harvested 5 different varieties.
Wow. Woo woo! Definitely. Since we closed our
Yep, that's good.
And we a little hype, y'all. So if we seem like we doing the most, this because all day we've been around. How many people here?
450.
Wow.
A lot of people.
You hype. Jackie looks sleepy.
I did not sleep last night. I got on the plane with no sleep, and it was so cold on the plane. I slept maybe 2 hours of the 4-hour flight. So when I hit the pillow tonight, I'm gonna sleep really well.
You were cold on the plane.
Okay, the plane was half full.
Let me tell you about a little product that I have, and everybody else watching. If y'all have never heard of it, it is called the Trapalanky. It is a traveling pillow and blanket that is all combined. The pillow is attached, and you can put it on like a vest, and you can zip this up and have your arms in there. And baby, I was sleeping good on the plane.
Where do I find this contraption?
I'm gonna hip you to it.
Yes.
I will try to post a link on my video later. My cousin is the creator of it, got a patent on it. I was like, bruh, let's do it.
Yes, because honey, I was freezing on that plane. Yeah, I need one. It was bad. So, but I'm a speaker here, so I had to hurry and get the last bit of my stuff together last night so I could come and speak tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to her session tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Good. Doing things.
Yeah.
One last. I got time for one more question.
Yeah. Broken house.
Yes. And GT. All right.
The people that came on in.
Bro, you ready to just go on and hand that crown over? Because you know you're not gonna win.
Broke don't even have the crown. It's over here in Texas.
Well, when I say hand over,
I ain't never been in Georgia.
I wasn't talking about him owning the crown. I was just speaking from the context that it's this contest that he has issued, and he will hand it over.
Did y'all see Bull's Garden? Bull.
Oh my gosh!
He called you out, Cynthia. He called everybody out.
Cynthia, I was a little insulted that I wasn't called out, but that's okay.
Probably because you don't talk enough smack. You gotta talk
I said I'm out to put out a video. Look at Broke talking about I'm not losing to y'all respectively. Yes, you are.
That is hilarious.
What's your next question for us, Rashida?
So we've been on this journey for almost a year as far as a garden chat.
That is amazing.
Oh, it is amazing. So the
Watching your video.
the
Oh,
23rd was that video. So
Yeah.
the 22nd is our next chat. But right now, as it stands, how do you compare this year to last year?
Hands down, fabulous. I'm just saying, my garden has transformed so much from last year to this year. I'm just like, I'm in awe of it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Awesome. What about you, Jacqueline?
I'm still on the same pace. I'm just educating and learning from all you ladies, and we'll get there.
she plays.
Okay, now you didn't accomplish some things since last year.
Okay.
So now you can take this back a track. How can you compare your gardening experience this year to last year?
Oh my goodness, I've learned immensely, especially with taking the Master Gardener's class.
There you go. Come on.
Yes.
Okay.
I have learned lots. I felt like I drank from a fire hose, but like, do you have
So
any
much
questions?
information.
Yeah, like how do you even ask? What questions do you want to ask? But yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm so excited for y'all being here and being with us. Oh, purchases. What y'all buy since last
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Shelly
That's a good
was
question.
like, let me think what you buy for the garden. For the garden.
Because
For the garden.
for the garden, I purchased.
I know
Chicken.
Right, she already said she purchased chicken. I bought some seeds for purple kohlrabi,
Mhm.
and
Oh yeah.
and I ordered. I think it was 2. What was it? The tree was it pomegranate?
Oh, the pomegranate.
Enticing us with, and I was like, oh, let me go.
You
on
did
and-
buy the pomegranate. You did.
I bought 2 of them. Let it be known. I
Let it be
bought
known,
2.
Let it be known.
Let it be known.
You got
Let it
2
be-
pomegranate cherries. All right.
And I also invested in my learning by purchasing what is his name? Everything. The more I grow, the more I see that everything
Oh, natural light. Oh yes.
natural light. I got all his books and the t-shirt, so y'all will see me rocking that.
All right. All right. So, well, let's go ahead and move around. Miss Lisa, you buy anything? And you go from buying, then go to how you compare this year to last year.
We bought more cattle panel
Mm-hmm.
for trellising, and I have several new beds, garden beds. But I mean, every year my garden expands, and I always think, okay, I got enough. But then every year I add on, I do more, grow more, and so. But it's fun,
Land.
so
And more
I
land.
think it's good, better compared to last year. But
Okay. Well, you enjoy I think because you enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
It is work, but there's a
Yes.
joy in it, and I think
Yeah.
that's where the expansion comes in because it's like, okay, if I can grow this, let
can
me
grow
see
that.
what I can do that, and if I
Yes.
have the space, I can do this, and so it's exciting.
Yeah, because
So,
when I was watching your video, Lisa, I was like, I was looking in the background, and I was like, I don't remember it being that much last year. I'm like, is doing things over there.
mhm.
I did a video yesterday where I had harvested, and I was just showing it, and I got to thinking, and I said it like, we work hard for, I mean, like nurturing our plants to get them to grow. And harvest time is when they are nurturing us. Now, if you grow and you got a garden and you're not harvesting anything, then you need to do something different.
Nurture.
Because if
Yeah.
you're not getting anything out of it, then you working for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the whole thing. It ain't all about views and growing YouTube and all like that. It is for the plants that you have nourished, for them to nourish you and your family.
Right.
And that's what it's all about, is what I think. And it's a wonderful thing. It's a great reward.
It is a great reward. All right, Cynthia, have you bought anything for your garden? And how do you compare last year to this year?
Okay. Trying to speak and answer to all the new folks and people that's coming in.
Hey, y'all, welcome to the
I've
chat.
been just typing, trying to.
I can't keep up with the chat and talk to them at the same time. And I know we had some.
I'm just like,
Listen.
hey, y'all, come on in. Hey. So what compared to last year? Is what we're doing? Oh, shoot. Well, let's see. I did get some cattle panel this year. I did do that. From last year to this year, I invested in those raised beds. So that definitely helped me this year. Because
well, flooding,
increased, right? Because we was having some flooding, but goodness, if I didn't have raised beds, my garden would have been just so washing.
Yeah.
So, the raised beds and starting a garden in the backyard. You know, that's different this year.
You got a garden in the front yard and the backyard?
That's for my watermelon champion.
Their prize watermelon.
Come through. Yes.
My 7 Roselle Jamaican sorrel plants that are out there.
Well, you was fighting for their life.
Yes. And so those. And then I got some corn that I don't know what it's gonna do. I'm gonna use them containers for something else. But starting stuff in the backyard. Let's see. What else is different? I mean, well, first of all, from last year, I mean, I have all these trees, which I was given, and so I'm now a fruit tree owner. Besides my little, I had my improve my lemon that was on, because I was like, I'm just not into this fruit tree game. And I was like, I just don't want to invest in it. But I guess it was for me to be, because everybody was giving me fruit trees.
Awesome.
And I'm like, now I got to learn how to take care of them, because I don't know
what they say. If it's free, it's for
me. Right. And so I was blessed with all these fruit trees, with all these blueberry bushes, so my garden is definitely, it looks different. It looks like a nursery. It's so much stuff compacted into that little small garden. Like, it's a lot in there. It's a lot to attend to, but
so can I ask a follow-on question to that? So what is your plan to do with all of that you're growing?
Well, I mean, I plan on opening my own nursery next year, hopefully. I want to start off with doing starts, because we only have one place and they're in the town over. We don't have any big box stores here in my area. And so everybody have to travel to, the blue or the orange store. So I want them to be able to stay in town with someone locally that they, know that the plants grow in our area. So I want to do that. Fruit stands, vegetable stand on certain days, because I do have all this stuff. And like right now, it's been a lot of harvesting going on, and I am trying to hand baskets of this out.
More than you can give away.
More than I can give away. I'm just handing away. Here, take tomatoes, cucumbers, this. It's just a lot.
Let me go to Texas.
And it's a good thing to have, but it's a lot. It can be overwhelming. I'm like, oh, I got to harvest again. But it's good, because on them slow times, in the fall, and you're like, come on. You're waiting for something to be ready. Now it's the heat. And so, yeah, harvesting a lot. So, yeah.
That's
The
good.
chat is moving like crazy.
It is moving. I'm gonna get through some of these questions, y'all, because I don't have much to add
Yes.
to this conversation. So Elwanda had asked about the kush y'all giving her only female flowers that are producing fruit, and it has removed 7 3-inch fruit that have died, and they've died because you don't have a male to pollinate. Is that why? And so until you get a male to pollinate, that's what's going to happen. Why is it happening? I don't know. Somebody said, Stephanie said hers doing the same thing, but she's been self-pollinating with a male plant from another squash plant. So you might want to try that. If you have more than one plant, if one of your plants have a male, do that. I'm assuming it's another kush.
It's another squash.
Any squash?
You might have to go to another squash plant,
Okay.
like another
Any
like
squash,
a zucchini
and you
or
can
something.
pollinate it from there. So that's your answer, Elwanda. Hopefully you're still here. And Gus said, "Son, they gonna eat them chickens. Yeah, them kids, son, they gonna have some chicken and eggs. That's what it sounds like." So congratulations. Yes, they do have nice videos. I do want to say kudos to Jacqueline. Now she ain't put up a whole lot of long content, but she been putting up some of them short videos.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of her for such, because sometimes I'll be in the chat like, Jacqueline, post the video. And people be like, you just got to record it. I said she done recorded it. All she got to do is put it up.
Oh, you put my business out there. All right, Rashida.
No, I'm just saying that because I ain't harassed her in a minute. So there we go. That's your harassment to put up another one.
Right. Hey, Ruth Kelly.
Yeah, so they're talking her through it. So somebody answered her in the chat. Y'all so sweet. I'm glad y'all helped her.
Yeah, we appreciate you all. Y'all are family.
Y'all are some of the best followers. I do want to say this. Okay, let's go here. Miss Lisa, your Jubilee watermelon seed did great considering I picked it early. I was a fine water. What?
It was a fine watermelon.
Girl, I can't read.
Use the fine watermelon.
Now she's yellow.
Yeah, I can get up off the floor now. I wanted to laugh and fall on this floor. I can get up now. Thank God for getting up. Oh, this is not gun related, y'all, but I've been behind the wheel of that good car. Yes, I did. I went for a 10-minute ride the other day. Come on, let me tell you, that's what I've been doing.
God is
outside of fighting with this long-term disability in my job, but that's a whole nother story. But I'm still here because they don't have the last say. God had the last say. That's what I belong to.
Right.
All right.
Amen.
All right. Roma tomatoes. Let's see what Serena's talking about. Roma tomatoes.
Yeah, I answered it.
Composting. Okay, you answered about composting tomatoes.
BER.
Yeah, blossom and
my cream sausage tomatoes. The first couple ones I noticed they have blossom end rot also, and I know they were lacking some nourishment, so I think that's why. But I did fertilize everything before I left.
My problem when I had it last year wasn't because I had fertilized and I was trying to figure out why Gibson LR. I got no. You know what? We don't even know who you are, but let me tell you something. Don't come on our live, but about you got your money on somebody else. This ain't their live. You do that on their chat.
But listen, piggyback on that, Mr. and Mrs. Gibson. Are you not aware that Broke, even though it is his contest, has never won the contest?
I got my money.
So where you putting your money at?
He giving it away.
Oh, Broke is asking, had you finished your hours for, I'm assuming for your master gardener yet?
I am up to 30 hours. I've got 20 hours to go. We have to do 50 hours our first year, but I will do those here. We have to volunteer at the county fair in a few weeks. We're required to volunteer at the Saturday. What do you guys when you go get food at the on Saturdays? Oh my goodness, farmers market.
Oh,
so we're required to do some hours there. So, and I volunteer. If you see my posts always post about being at the Fauquier Education Farm, which I really enjoy doing. So
That's good. That's good. Ruth Kelly wanted to know if the okra lady is on vacation. I have no idea.
When I go to her Etsy channel, I think it was on vacation, but that
Oh,
was a
okay.
Yeah, that was a
but-
while ago. I think she might be back now.
Right. She's been posting.
yeah, I've been
Okay.
seeing some posts from her. Broke Farmer, thank you for that knowledge saying that the blossom end rot is an inconsistent watering issue.
Mhm.
That's what I was gonna get to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Thank
Like,
you for
we
bringing
getting a lot
me
of
back, bro.
dreams, though.
it's always been Cece. I think for us as longtime garden growers, it's more calcium. And I know that in my containers, I will put 1 teaspoon of those calcium nitrate pellets about once a week, and definitely in my tomatoes and in my peppers to alleviate all my blossom end rot. And I don't have any problems with those plants as long as I'm putting my calcium nitrate on a
Okay.
weekly basis. Once the flower starts blooming is when I start doing that. I don't do it before.
Broke said it's not calcium. Okay.
But bro,
Yeah,
we listen. It's all look. It's
It-
all
It's not taking up the water.
trash talking contest.
what I was about to say was about the tomatoes. I had added the
Epsom salt.
all the stuff to my tomatoes, and I still was having the problem. But when I read that it's not going to uptake it without the proper watering. It's not going to
That is true.
uptake it without the proper watering.
Mhm.
Say that again. It's not going to uptake
Right.
it without the proper watering. So that's like your
Here's
body.
one more time for the people in the back of the room.
You ain't going to uptake it without the proper watering. Because listen, I
Y'all
have to say
heard
that.
that?
Because like we buy vitamins, y'all know how we buy vitamins and all this stuff, and we pop all these pills to be healthier. But if you ain't drinking no water to help your body process it, it's just gonna pass through your system and it ain't gonna dissolve and get into where it needs to
Right.
be. So just like your body, come on, because God is efficient and He don't do anything half way. That's the word.
It's subjective.
Yeah. So anyway.
Gibson, I do
Water.
the same thing. Gibson LR1.
Grandma.
I use a water soluble calcium nitrate.
Well, I'm gonna see what mine's looking like when I get back.
Yeah, but also when my plant got more mature though, it could go, and I'm thinking it's because my roots got deeper, it could go longer without me babysitting it, if I shall say it that way. But I was looking at Eltra Virgie told Lisa that she manages her garden very meticulously, and that she doesn't do anything haphazard. If anybody's a haphazard gardener, I would say Rashida Monique is a haphazard gardener. I'd be like, yeah, that look like it ain't enough space, but I'm gonna put it anyway. We're gonna see what happens.
Hey,
We're gonna see what
you
happens.
don't know unless you try.
Exactly.
Let me see.
Since we talking about tomatoes, can we talk briefly about GT Junior Grows in Alaska's
Yep.
tomato challenge, Cherokee Purple 2025?
We can talk
Who's
about
doing it? Who's in the challenge? I am.
I
it. I'm
am.
not.
I am.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be growing these big tomatoes.
I am. I don't even have a Cherokee tomato out there. I don't think so.
You
I
are.
don't think so. I'm gonna look and see if one of them is.
Oh my!
I
All
may
the conversation we
I
had
may be
about
out.
Cherokee Purple seeds, you don't have any?
I planted some out there. I gotta
Oh.
look at these tags and see if one of them is it. If
No,
not, it made a.
Make sure it made it.
My plants aren't that big and they don't look the best. But the one that I was talking about that I told the hired helper that he needs to finish potting up. So let me tell y'all what happened. So it was in a pot that I had up potted to, right? And because I was going out of town back in April, I set the pot into another pot, and the roots are grown down through this pot into this pot. And that plant is the healthiest Cherokee Purple
Wanda.
that I have.
Wow.
And so I have told the hired help to leave it in that bigger pot that it's sitting in and cut the little pot from around it and add some
Yeah.
more soil because it has tomatoes on it.
Wow.
All my other
awesome.
Cherokee
Good.
purple don't have no tomatoes on them yet. So
Interesting.
sometimes that neglect, it help them out. It's like, oh, you gonna neglect us? We gonna give you something anyway.
See, and that's the thing.
so weird.
Last year I had so many tomatoes. So what happened last year is I had bought these marigold seeds, right? And I found myself just sprinkling them in the bed. So when these things start coming up, and I'm like, oh, they're my marigolds. And then I'm looking, I'm like, they're my tomatoes. And then they were all through the bed. And so now mind you, the tomatoes fell in there, and I finally pulled the plant because y'all know I'm slow about putting my stuff for the fall too. Haphazard gardener. Maybe I should change my channel name to Haphazard Gardener. But anyway, so
As long as it works for you.
my sister, my god sister came and helped me start in the spring. And when I tell you, I think I told y'all she took her hand and turned all that soil in there.
Yes. Yep.
And when they start coming up, I'm like, these tomatoes. And then I start blaming my daddy for having. I'm like, what is he doing? Why is he?
So it's your
Because I would miss some. They were like in between the beans. And so I'm thinking he taking the suckers and putting them in the dirt. And I'm like, and then I started looking. I said, Ma, I think these are growing. I think these is volunteer. So I'm snatching up tomatoes because I knew there was no way I could grow those tomatoes in there with them beans and okra last year.
Yeah.
So I'll probably have tomatoes there again this year because I know what I was doing last fall. Well, some of y'all know what I was doing last fall.
You're trying to survive. That's what you're trying to do last fall.
Yeah, hold on. I was fighting for my life last fall.
Exactly.
Okay.
Uh,
GT
Okay.
Junior, you have never eaten a Cherokee purple, and you issued a challenge.
Yeah, because he wanted to grow one and he wanted somebody to grow it with him. He wanted some support. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
He like, I want somebody to grow this with me.
I listen, we here for it. We're gonna see what
It's
happens.
all right. It's all right.
Since we're talking about tomatoes, I would like to show mine, if you don't mind, ladies.
Okay.
I might have to take it off a steady.
No, hold on. No, Cynthia, we don't mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you please
'Cause,
show?
look,
later?
because Miss Shelley can't go run to her garden and show out.
Girl, you know you got me beat in the garden. Stop playing.
Okay.
I'm trying to learn from you and
This
Lisa.
is just a little platter of tomatoes.
Girl, I'm jealous because I can eat one of them right now.
No, hold that up on the tilt so we can look
That
at
is
you.
This
beautiful.
is a chef.
Hold on. Let me
Hold up,
solo.
girl.
Let me make you solo. You gonna show that platter again.
Okay,
Hold
y'all.
that plate up high.
This is my display of some of my tomatoes. I have much more that are still ripening. But this is a chef orange tomato.
That's
Oh
beautiful.
my gosh.
And this is Anwar tomato. It's a Roma tomato. It's a Roma
Wow,
tomato.
it's a good size Roma. That
It
would make
is
a
a
lot.
big size Roma.
That's good for pacemaking, right?
This here is orange banana pepper. I mean pepper, tomato.
Is that
Orange
another
banana tomato.
Is that another Roma?
It is a Roma. It's
Okay.
another kind of Roma.
Yeah.
See,
And
see.
then we
CC,
have
we
Granny
want some cheese.
Cantrell.
Okay.
Granny Cantrell tomato.
Cynthia says she wants some seeds. Not Cynthia.
Shelly
Shelly said we want
said.
some seeds.
Shelly said. Again, these are my San Marzano. The
Okay,
Roma.
I'm trying to see what size those were. Okay, so they're not
Yeah.
very okay.
These are pretty much like these. These are
Okay.
like
So-
they
Aw.
come in kind of a cluster of those.
but the
And
Italian-
then I have some Chef Pink. These are from my bestie. These are Chef Pink ones.
Those are so gorgeous,
Adorable.
Cynthia.
And so yeah, that's my little.
Yeah.
I still have other ones going.
Beautiful.
But let me tell y'all the good news. So
More
yes,
good news.
day before I went to my bestie house, and
Okay.
she grows all these tomatoes because she's like in the tomato society or whatever.
Yeah.
So she grew a tomato It's a mystery tomato. She got to go back and see what it is. Y'all, you see that nice platter of tomatoes? Your girl don't eat tomatoes. I don't eat them raw. I'll cook them. I'll make them into something, but just like eat them raw, not.
I would just pop one right in my mouth or take a bite out of the big one.
No, you ain't gonna see me do that until the other day. I went to her house and she's like, I want to have you to taste a tomato and I want to film you tasting this tomato because she's like, I feel like you're gonna like this tomato. I'm like, I do not like raw tomatoes. You're gonna like it, CC. You're gonna like it. Y'all.
You got the video?
She got the video. She haven't posted it yet. So I'll let y'all know when she posts it. But this tomato tastes like a peach.
Oh,
come on. Tomato tastes like a peach. It's about the size of one of these.
Okay.
It tastes like a peach. Not a real sweet peach, but just a peach. Now I couldn't even look at it. Like on the video, I was like, I can't look at this. But I look at it and look like a tomato, and I'm like, ugh. But it wasn't. It was very meaty. It didn't have a lot of seeds, so it didn't do that gush.
Yes.
No.
That's what I don't like a juicy tomato. I like it meaty.
It was very meaty, and I ate the whole thing. I ate the whole thing. I was like, now she have to figure out what the name of that mystery.
Antioxidants just got into your system.
Like, I have never. So now, when she tells me what that is, I will be growing them because it tastes like a peach. It did not taste like a tomato.
Good.
So that was
fabulous.
Miracle now.
Oh, you're finally doing the tomato crack.
She finally found one she cannot. Let's have a.
She said where the seeds at, CC.
But let's.
And the funny thing, I ate the seeds of the one I ate the whole thing. I was like,
in her belly.
She say
nothing.
But y'all, let's have a moment of silence for GT Jr. and the weather he having in Alaska.
Snow?
Talk about
degrees.
It's been less than 50 degrees some nights, and we have snow 30 minutes up the road. So his plants are still inside.
Yeah.
He grew a lot of stuff in his garage. Like, he has to be real creative where he is.
Yeah.
Did you have anybody here from Alaska this year? Right?
No.
Nobody.
Yeah. So one thing I want to share with you ladies before we get off, we got a few more minutes. So we've been here for almost a year as a chat, officially, consistently, rather. And I talked to my sister-in-law at church today, and I said, what is it you want to see us do for the 1 year? And you know what she said? She's like, I just enjoy watching good, clean content. Y'all ain't vulgar. It's not cussing. She said, I just like good, clean content. And so I wanted y'all to know that Jennifer said she likes our content. But we're going to think of something, y'all, for next week. So, for next chat on the 22nd. Y'all, make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all tune in. People in the chat, make sure y'all tune in for our 1 year. I don't know what it's gonna be. I ain't gonna make no promises. But we're gonna meet outside of this and we're gonna decide what we're gonna do for y'all. And we're gonna have a good time like we normally do. Y'all know we like to talk. And this year we've added a chat member because I think in June is when Shelly came on the first time. And she been here ever since. And then Shelly brought Jacqueline, and she been here ever since. So, we just are enjoying this garden journey and sharing information. As for me, I have not bought anything for the garden, but I have been spinning the wheels in my little brain. And I'll probably be buying a couple of new things this season. Probably when I go back to work, though. It'll probably be when I go back to work. But I'm looking at biting a bullet in one of these towers, these vertical growth systems.
Okay.
I'm also looking at a couple of these SIP systems because it just makes sense for me.
It does. It does.
And some
Makes
more
sense
raised
for everybody.
Right.
and so those are some things I'm looking at or into. Last year from this year. Last year was the first year I had decent, they were still small, but they were some decent seedlings that I was able to plant out in the spring. And I was excited about it. Last year was the first year that I ever tried watermelon. And even though I didn't get a watermelon of size per se, did I tell you guys that even the watermelons that weren't really ripe, but they still were sweet. They were crunchy and a little tart, but they were still sweetish. Like, you know, you can tell that they were going to be good melons. So I was excited about that to try it again this year.
Okay.
But I did not. So,
next year. Next year.
So this year is a year of just
reset.
A reset, learning patience with my body and with myself. I have been highly frustrated with the pace of recovery because in my mind, and even like when I'm sitting still and I have no pain, I feel like I can get up and run and do all the things. But when I stand up, my body is like, girl, he got stuff going on. Let me tell you, we ain't finna do that. So it's like that whole mind game. So I'm just learning. I ain't say I learned it all the way, but I'm learning to just go with the process and trust the process and trust God's timing. And so with this garden that's reseeding itself, I'm excited to see what it do by itself. Go, baby, go. We gonna see what you do. Guys is I ain't gonna say they have 2 new colors. Yeah, I saw that.
Blueberry and lemon. I have a question for everybody. Did everybody go back and watch the last video from last year? You watched it?
I started watching. I think I got 3/4 of the way through. I didn't get to finish it.
So I was hoping that we could all share something from that video that, you know, was memorable or whatever stood out to you. Because I have one and I called Rashida about it. We laughed.
Lisa wants them in on the joke. So does Cece. Come on.
Oh, y'all gonna know what I tell it. So Cece, did you get to watch it?
No, that was I didn't see that on the
looking like what are you
look,
talking about?
I didn't see that on the agenda list. Here she go throwing up some comments.
I was like, it was under the list.
I didn't see nothing that said watch
it. Oh, that was the previous email. But you know what? I was going on an assumption that y'all saw that you saw the text, and you probably didn't see the text.
That was some homework, Cynthia. We missed it.
It's okay. It's last year.
I'm a wing it. Go ahead. Somebody go first.
I don't even have a memorable moment.
I asked, or you want me to go last since I
can't think of one other than
I missed the email, so I bow out.
You bow out.
I bow out.
So okay, I'll start then. So first, one of the things that stood out to me in particular, actually,
now I remember
both of them were actually about you, CC. The first thing was I was like, she's so doggone cute. You were rocking some, I think, yellow glasses.
Hand-eye glasses.
Yes.
And they were so cute.
Yes. You're looking like, huh? What? That was the first thing. Now the second thing, brace yourself.
I said, nope. Want me to tell you what I said?
Yep.
I came home, I left and went out. I think I went to church. I came back because my watermelon plants were in the grow bag and I had them sitting there and I had to move them to the garden. I went to church, they were fine. I come back and something had eaten them. And I was like, this groundhog is eating my watermelon plants. And Cynthia says,
wait, let's see if Cynthia remembers what she said. Do you remember, Cynthia?
What I said about her? No.
She said, you should have
And you
peed
said
around.
with a straight face.
She's like, you should have peed around them. And I'm like, what? And
Well,
I literally stopped watching the video and I called Rashida. I said, I cannot with this girl.
because okay, I don't know how everybody's imagination is, okay, and I don't know if Cynthia's imagination worked that way, but my imagination is me sitting out on my front porch, sweating over this thing for the world to see. Let me tell you what I
But she
ate.
pulled it up real quick. She said, no, you could do it in a cup and then just go pour it.
And I was like, mm-mm.
Okay, that was the CC of back then. After
Girl, that's the CC of today, too.
yeah,
no, the CC
whatever works.
Sissy was like, whatever.
wanted us to be naked for
Whatever
what?
works.
Naked. That was the moderate CC. Now CC want to go naked on.
So you're right about that. You're right about that. So now we really throwing CC out there because see, y'all, the audience, the family, see, y'all don't get to see and experience all of our texting and photos and stuff that we do all throughout
The whole week.
Mhm.
And
But
then
when-
Cece had a nerve. This
Came
she gonna mute us.
Hey,
You
they
gonna
talk
mute
too
us.
dang much, y'all. I'm like, ding, ding, ding. I'm like, mute the whole thing.
But
Then I have to go back before we start back. I'm like, what they said? Okay, they did.
I'm laughing, Cynthia. I'm laughing, but guess what? My notifications are always off. That's why when people call and text me, they be like, "You ain't seen my call, you ain't seen my text," because I don't want to hear it. I don't hear it. So it don't matter how much y'all go back and forth.
I don't
I'll
know.
read it later.
Right. You know how
it's pretty natural.
like
Facts,
group chats,
facts.
Yeah, that's right.
we
You
get
get
group chats, the more people there is, then it's like one person say something, then it's like 4-5 gotta like what they said, and then I'm just like, then they say something, then everybody 4-5. I'm like, good.
Get over it. Get over
She
it.
said, "If you gonna respond while you liking it, and if you liking it while you responding."
Oh my
That
goodness.
is so hilarious to me. But I
It's been a
understand.
fantastic year.
We need a sign that says that. See, you can't eat out of everyone's
Everyone's
garden.
garden.
We need a sign that put that is.
Hey,
Well,
I
listen,
feed the whole city. So
listen, we say that. We say that, but listen, y'all been eating that food out. You've been eating that food out the grocery store.
thank you.
And
you
you
don't
know
know
what we
who
doing
I'm
all
eating.
manner of evil down out there.
And get this, you know, if people out there working in the fields, where is a outhouse?
I'm telling you, I maintain.
That's why I see a
that
recall on
business.
lettuce and onions and stuff all the time.
Thank
That's
you.
why they
Say
always got
that,
E.
say
coli
that again,
around.
Lisa.
I'm telling you,
Exactly.
that's
Thank
why.
you. They popping spots up here.
And all that.
She said they're taking the squad out.
Yeah, listen. When I
Yeah.
promise you, when I tell y'all stories, they out in the sugarcane field and picking cotton and having babies in the field back in the day. Come on.
Thank you. Ain't
So
nobody-
now they think of what's a little urine. Nobody care about that. What's a little fecal matter?
It's
They don't care about that.
biodegradable.
Oh my goodness. Is it organic too?
Listen, what is it that do with babies pee?
And if it's got high blood pressure medicine in it.
For eczema,
For
Yeah.
eczema, they use baby
ringworms.
Yeah.
But you know, I take a child. They ain't got no.
I don't
What
want
Steve
nobody
Harvey
to
say?
on me.
He said that baby pee and this adult urine is two different things.
You're wrong.
He said y'all on blood pressure pills, diabetes
See?
pills.
That's why
You
you.
drinking a Coke and all this other stuff. It's all dark yellow.
Wait, Rashida, get educated naturals comment up there. She says tomatoes tasted like melatonin and corona.
Look, don't be hating on my melatonin. I put therapy out there.
What would you do if you were dying of thirst? Well, Gibson, that might be the only time I could stomach it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, Gibson. If you're the desert dying of thirst, you probably too dehydrated to pee anyway, so you ain't even gonna drink
Dust.
You can't even lick the sweat. You ain't even got no sweat. When people are that dehydrated, your body can't even sweat. Your body can't even. So you just out of luck unless you find a cat.
Right.
you just messed up. You better call on the Lord as to put water in the desert, because that's what the Bible says. All right.
Open up a well in the middle of a desert.
I love y'all so much.
Oh my gosh, this is just so
but
much
that
fun.
last video, you talking about what do you remember?
Yeah.
I had technical difficulty on that video too.
Did you?
I think I did. I don't know. I think I had technical difficulty on about every video.
She left us today, y'all. She left me and Cynthia
I was
by
closing these windows because I wanted to share my screen, and it was supposed to be a file. It had a list of files, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna close that." I hit close. The whole video went away, and I'm sitting here cracking up.
It's like, well, she closed on so fast.
And look, and they just kept on going because they know they're women. They are women that are resourceful. They know how to handle.
That's right.
And I had to just get back on, and not get back on, and they just talking. I'm sitting here laughing.
I'm so glad we got away and came over here.
Yes.
Jacqueline called me. I was like, my phone was in my bag, but it was ringing on my watch, so I answered her, but I couldn't hear. I was like, girl, hold on, let me get my phone. I'm like, hey, can you hear me now? She said, yeah, I can hear you, because we out there. It's so many people. And I was like, what, you ready? She said, yeah, I'm ready. I'm like, where you at? She said, same place I was before, over by the drinks. I'm literally running through people. Excuse me. And then they want to stop you.
Yes.
I'm like,
Everyone wants a selfie. The whole
selfie, signatures. But it's been great.
Yes, right. Yep.
And it's so good to be here with my friend.
It's like a sister. What movie is that? I just watched Deliverance from Evil. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Oh my gosh, y'all, these 2 hours went by so quick today.
Yeah. We said we was only coming over here for a little bit.
Y'all been over here for what, 45 minutes?
We can never do this for a little bit.
I know.
Once you get going, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I've loved being with you ladies.
It's amazing. Any
Good
final
night,
comments? I'm gonna start with Miss Lisa. Any final comments, Lisa?
No.
No, All right,
I've enjoyed
Cynthia.
today. It's been fun looking back, and I've enjoyed you all and everyone in the chat.
All
It was fun
right.
today.
What about you, Cynthia?
It's been good today. I enjoyed, just the interaction and the fun. I love that, the chat interacts with us. I love that they feel, a part of it and not just feel like they're watching something. They get to engage with us. And I really, truly love that. And, especially people come out the woodwork that had never said anything. I love that. I'm like,
And I think they feel comfortable asking their questions and giving their comments.
Yeah,
and I
hopefully we
appreciate that.
answered the things that y'all, have questions about. And like I said, we're learning as well as we go. We ask each other questions and in our chats. And so, yeah.
Yeah, we root for
See what
y'all.
Miss
Listen.
said? You see
Yes.
what Miss Kelly said?
What'd she say?
Brooke Kelly. Oh, I saw that. I put it on the screen earlier.
Peanuts and meat.
1995 Northridge earthquake. A man survived eating peanut butter and drinking his urine. Your urine is sterile. You better drink it if you're in a disaster. Lord
I said I would, Ruth Kelly. I would if it was, that necessary. But I did know what Cece said. Like, I love, in addition to the panelists, like everybody that is in the comments commenting, because when Rashida asked me about joining, the stream. I was like, girl, I don't have no channel. She said, it don't matter, you garden. I was like, okay. But now when I tell y'all I look forward to this, I was literally telling Jacqueline, I said, girl, I said, we need to go get on there and show our face, because I can just imagine they in the chat going, where's Shelly and Jacqueline? So we love y'all so much, and I look forward to doing this every 2 weeks.
Yeah. All right, Jacqueline, how about you, girl?
I love you, ladies. Watching you guys and knowing that I'm now part of your group, I felt I'm serious. I felt so honored and special. Like, I'm like, you made me like solid, and then you picked little me up into your group. I'm like, I felt very honored. So, and I love all the questions. Like Cece said, yes, she turns us off, and now that we know Rashida turns us off too.
I don't just turn you off, honey. I turn the church off. I turn my mama off. I turn all the people off. So don't take it personal.
And you know what I do?
You call her.
And then she'll FaceTime me. Then she like, I ain't heard from you all day.
I said, Rashida ain't commented on nothing.
Girl, I was in a mental war with these people.
I don't just call her on the phone, y'all. I call her on video because I want to see her.
Wellness check.
I need to see her. Check. And she ain't answer the phone. But you know what? She called me back.
Okay.
On video.
Good.
I was like, hey, boo, how you doing? Gotta check on you.
Yep.
I do got to bring up again the 20 years of not seeing each other in person. But,
shut up, Cece. Because what has been proven is it don't matter. The connection is so just shut the noise out.
That is hilarious. So my last remarks are, because I'm just gonna ignore that.
You can fly all the way to the place where y'all at, but you can't fly up a little to your friend.
Now you business.
We're going to come see you, CC.
No,
I'm going to come see her.
No, we don't care about CC. We're gonna go to Michigan. How about that? We're gonna schedule a trip. We're gonna go to Michigan together. And see, you're not invited.
How about we go to Alabama?
I'm probably gonna make it to Michigan before you do. I'm
about to Alabama. I feel like Alabama would be a nice trip. That'd be good. That'd be good. Then we can make a video. We have to talk about that offline and figure out when, where, how.
See, now that we're down to this is the subject, now we just gotta make a meet up. Yeah, like we all just gotta meet up somewhere.
And then Cynthia can say, you know, they never met until I said. And they
I am like the meet up queen. I will meet up with some folks.
Yes, we know you love meetups.
Right. GT Rashida is in Michigan.
I'm in Michigan, GT.
Michigan, Texas, Alabama, Maryland, Virginia.
So, see, I put both of y'all in Maryland. That is hilarious. I told somebody, and I was so sure of myself. And y'all know I would be wrong and stand 10 toes down and me being wrong. Until I find out I'm wrong, and then
Maryland, Virginia.
Okay.
Virginia.
We had to represent our state.
We had to represent our states tonight.
Okay. So there you go. Y'all got t-shirts, Maryland, Virginia. So I got it right now. So my last
we're hour apart.
Yeah.
We're hour apart.
An hour apart. Okay. So I just thank y'all for being here. I am just now Jacqueline is like people that I meet when I'm out doing book signings or speaking somewhere, and they're like, oh my God, you're such a real person. And I'm like, I'm me. I am not a celebrity. I am not famous. Yes. I'm just on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm just on YouTube. I'm just you. I ain't got no more money than anybody else. I'm not.
I struggle just like you. Everything else just like you. Yeah.
But it amazes me because Jacqueline was like, oh my God, I was just so honored. And I'm like, girl. So surprised that people told me yes when I asked Cynthia and Lisa years ago to just do an interview, and they were like, sure. And I was like, oh wow. You know,
So true story about celebrityism. So if you in the chat don't know, everybody on the panel already knows that myself and Jacqueline are notary publics, and we're actually here at a notary conference. So on Friday morning, I was doing a notarization. And the guy who was sitting in front of me, he was a young fella. He was only like 21 years old. And I just talked to him like a person. And so he was telling me how he felt like he was failing in life, blah, 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 blah. But he was like, I got a YouTube channel. It's got a decent following. And I'm thinking like we got YouTube channel, but when he said he got a decent following, I was like, okay, cool. I got a YouTube channel too. So we finish up his notarization. We're on our way out the door. There's this gentleman coming in. We were at the Panera Bread. We're coming in. The guy holds the door because I was in front for me to come out. Then my client is coming out behind me, and he goes, I follow you on YouTube. I was like, so yes, I felt like, oh my gosh, like this kid was not playing. Like, I mean, if you walking out of a restaurant and somebody recognizes you,
yeah.
And he was like, he said, I'm about to get in the car now and watch your videos. So I had to look him up. Yes,
Y'all, I know we're going over our time, but that was the experience I had when we went to a Master Gardener's class.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my bestie the other day, we'll be posting videos on that. But we was getting ready to leave after we had been there all day at the Master Gardener thing, and we was getting ready to leave. So we were deciding where we were gonna go eat and everything. We're almost at the truck. I hear somebody say CC, and I was like, "Did somebody recognize me here?" Mm-hmm. Y'all, kid you not. This is this lady. She had 2 little kids with her. And I was like, hey, because I'm thinking, I never know who I done, the scene or something. And she's like, I know you don't know me. She said, but my husband follows your YouTube channel. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, we both watch you. I said, do y'all garden? She's like, yeah, we both garden, And she said, you're not filming. Are you filming? I was like, no, I'm not. We both grow up and everything. She said, I don't want to be on no cameras, no, none of that. I was like, okay, I understand. And she was like, oh my God. She's like, I don't do people at all. She actually had a shirt on that said, you know how they got the 5 stars? She had it said people on there, and it had 1 star for people.
Oh,
like she was like really like social anxiety when it comes to people talking to her. And she had a conversation, with us, and she was like, "Can I take a picture with y'all?" She said, because my husband is not gonna believe that I ran into CC. Oh my gosh. So she got in touch with my bestie on Facebook. And she wrote a whole just long paragraph to thank us so much for her finally seeing us. And she's like, you are the same way as you are on your videos. You are so friendly to talk to. And man, it just
awesome.
It made my day.
Oh, that's yeah.
It did. And she sent us the picture because we took the picture on her phone. So we was like, we ain't never gonna know what how the picture came out or whatever. And she sent the picture to me and my bestie, and I was like, oh my gosh, that just meant so much.
That is sweet.
And I said, do y'all comment in the comments? She's like, we don't say nothing.
In the comments. Just be watching. I'm like, watching the thumbs up. Keep on moving.
Yeah.
That makes it even more special. Yeah. That she mentioned.
You never know who is watching your channel and watching you, and it be the randomest places, and you're like, because we was getting ready to go, like we was talking about going to eat at the Mexican restaurant. We like, and then she said that, and she don't ever like speak to people, and she's like,
but she's
I didn't know what to say. I said CC, I was like, that's how she was. She's like, I didn't have a conversation with you, so it was really nice.
Now, what was you saying, Lisa?
I said somebody is always watching, whether they're in the bushes or whatever. You have to be careful. Like if you really care about your reputation,
Yeah.
Be careful in what you're doing, what you're posting and saying and stuff.
Mhm.
Okay, Shelly, is somebody Christy Lynn and Shelly and Jacqueline, what's your channel name? Shelly's channel name is Shelly's
Shelly's
Homestead
Homestead
Holiday.
Holiday,
Okay.
and it's 4C.
And Four Seasons Garden is Jacqueline.
Mhm.
I would say for this group of women, I do believe we are the same way everywhere. I don't have the bandwidth to be any different.
Mhm.
In any area of my life. I'm holy at church and I'm holy at home.
Amen.
Okay. I'm funny in my life and I'm funny at church. Okay.
Some YouTubers are different than they are on there.
And that's
in
the
past.
thing.
So
Because when I started YouTube, I started in a different venue, right? And I had promised myself, that's one reason I don't always put makeup on. That's one reason I don't always do my hair. I don't get caught up in making this facade to look a certain way, to be a certain way for people that I don't even know. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing for being groomed. You know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah,
I don't want to get stuck that I have to be made up or I have to speak a certain way. I'm not doing that. And I promised myself then I wasn't doing it. And it's just carried over and everything. And even when I first started doing live stream on Periscope and on Facebook, and one lady told me, you just regular. She said, I don't mean nothing by it. She said, but you come over here, no makeup on, whatever, and you do what you're gonna do. And I'm like, yeah. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm praying and reading the scripture. If y'all want somebody with a face full of makeup at 5 o'clock in the morning, this stream is not for you. But just being real is what people, I think a lot of people lose a lot of confidence. They feel some type of way. Like at 21, what have you supposed to have accomplished at 21? You ain't been here but for 21 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. 21
Pressure. There's so much pressure to achieve these goals, and because you had a YouTube channel, you have so many followers and make so much money, and some have so many brand deals. You know what? I ain't even tripping about none of that. Yeah, it'd be nice to have some brand deals and some money. I could always use some money, but let me tell you what I can use: some peace. I already know my struggles with confidence and my struggles with my self-perception. And so I'm not allowing people to come in to skew that, because I've done a lot of work over these 50 years. And so what I did do at 21, I know now. And I ain't going back over no brand deal or anything else. And also, like Miss Lisa say, you need to show up as you, because when people see you in public, and I ain't gonna say, people should know that you're gonna be surprised when people call your name. Somebody don't know. My name is not the easiest name. You not gonna see my name plastered on my back. So when somebody say Roshita, and let alone say Roshita Monique, I'm gonna be like,
who is it?
Did I get trouble?
Who called my name? Right. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, oh, okay, how you doing? But we gotta be the same everywhere we go. And everywhere we go. We are. And so I'm just glad that you guys said yes. I'm glad that you're still participating. I'm glad that you ain't ghosted me or fell off. Amen. I do believe that all y'all got enough integrity to say, if you tired of doing it, that you just tell me, and instead of just not answering at all.
Well, like you see, like I said, I'm like, nah, I ain't going with the homework stuff now.
Right.
Now look, y'all might lose me there, because I ain't about to be doing those.
And that's another thing. I like people to just tell me what you will and won't do. Don't do it and be mad, and a year later you did come back and harbor something. I ain't got time for that. We grown. We well too grown. We too grown.
50 minutes. 55 minutes.
51 minutes.
What happened now?
51 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the 21 minutes. Oh, y'all funny. I don't know what I say. And that's another reason why I don't lie, because I don't know what I say. 21 minutes. Yeah, but thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate you in the chat. We ask you to come back next week. If you haven't followed, follow. Go through. I do ask that.
2 weeks, now next week.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. The next chat in 2 weeks. Amen. The next chat in 2 weeks. We ask you all to join us for our 1 year chat, anniversary chat. Also, if you have not done so already, go to each channel and hit a thumbs up on this video. Shelly and Jacqueline don't have one on both of their channels. So go ahead.
Shelly did hers tonight.
Shelly did, but Jacqueline didn't.
No,
Right,
Go
right.
to the last one. Go to the last one. If you wasn't here the last chat, go through it and the thumbs up hers. We just want y'all to thumbs up.
Thank you very much.
But we appreciate y'all for subscribing and your support. June 22nd, we will be back. I do want to know, you guys, before we leave, that you are blessed. You are highly favored. You are the apple of your father's eye. He is absolutely and positively concerned about you. He thinks that you are the best thing since sliced bread. And that he loves you with an everlasting love. And there's nothing
You can do that.
you can do about it.
Get it right this time.
There's nothing and nothing you can do about it. You all have a beautiful and a blessed night. I just feel like, I'm like, do I got to echo? And I was like, oh, that's Shelly. Okay. She just threw me off. Have a good night. Y'all be blessed, be safe, and we will see y'all the next time.
Good night, everybody. Thank y'all so much for coming.